What's going on, guys? So as you can see from the title, there's been some big changes for 2025. One being my wife and I bought a house. So yeah, my wife and I were able to find our first home together the fall of 24. And so now I've basically been pretty busy focusing on some pressing tasks, pressing matters essentially for the house, getting it kind of operational and seeing where we're at. But I just wanted to say that I'm so excited to start this next chapter. So stoked to finally have my own garage. And I know it does not look like much right now, but I have big plans eventually. I know everything comes with time, but there's so much that I want to do in here. At some point, this is gonna get completely gutted. You know, this old everything in here, the house is, you know, an older home, and I don't think it's ever been renovated inside here before. So I have a lot of work cut out for myself, essentially. But I have plans to basically, you know, put up shelves or toolboxes and, you know, everything. I'm gonna basically go through this entire thing and pretty much replace everything. So as you can see, I'm sitting in the garage and nothing else is in here. And that's something also that I wanted to tell you guys. Something that I wanted to talk about for a little bit now. I don't really know how to share it or say it, but I guess I'll just show you. Let's just say I've added something new to the family. This is the new 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road, or Turd Taco for short. So at some point I will be doing a full video about the truck, you know, my likes and dislikes, how I've been liking the truck so far. I've had it for a few months now, and I've, put about, I'd say about 3,000 miles on it so far, but there's definitely some things I could point out that, some things where I think they dropped the ball on. I really want to say though, unfortunately, with the new things, there did come a loss. Yes, the Charger is gone. And if you asked me 4.5 years ago that I'd be getting rid of the Charger at all, I probably would think you're crazy. For the amount of stuff I need to do, to this house, it just made the most sense for me. I was thinking about, eventually getting something separate to be able to have, something to work on the house with, a vehicle that was more practical for doing house projects. But I think the time I'm in right now, it made the most sense. And trust me, there will be something in this garage again. I will have a toy again, but with how many things need to get done, it's very difficult to bring any kind of big items home, whether it be a grill or lumber or anything to do, with building or renovating a house. Very difficult to do with bringing it home in the Charger. It has been getting used pretty much every weekend since the day I bought it, for what it's used for. I've been bringing things home, doing work to the house, being able to bring bigger items home, with ease. And I think as much as I do miss the Charger, having these nicer days, just for the time I'm in right now, with just getting the house and everything, it just makes the most sense for me. So there, like I said, there will be something else in here eventually. But for right now, it's been great. It really has been a great, vehicle so far for me. And while we're on the topic of adding new things to the channel and big changes for 2025, let me show you something else I've been really excited to show you guys that is in the works. This is the new studio. Yeah, well, it will be. There's a lot of work to be done. This is gonna be, starting from scratch. I've already done so much work down here, and there's a lot of work to be done still. And I will show you how much stuff I've ripped out from down here. But I'm super excited to be able to actually start from scratch and start fresh. Just start from a clean slate. I put in some crazy amount of time down here, ripping things out, demoing things out. And I've already, I rebuilt, some of these walls that were already framed out down here. I framed out this wall. This is gonna be one of the side walls here. That was already existing, but I might have to go through that as well. I plan on extending this room out to further behind the camera at the moment. but I will show you guys, you know, I have a crazy layout plan. It's gonna be awesome once the thing is done, but this is gonna be the new studio, and it's so, you know, I'm so grateful to be able to actually have my own space. You know, I'm thankful, you know, hard work does pay off, but I'm still so grateful to have my own space to be able to actually, you know, start from scratch and build my own office, how exactly how I want it, you know, have my studio, whatever I want in it, and just be able to, you know, lay out everything the way that I plan it. But yeah, let me show you guys, you know, how much truly, you know, how much stuff has gotten taken out. If you see right here, all of this has gotten ripped out since I moved in. And it doesn't look like much, but I can show you, you know, what this area used to look like on the screen right now. I'll throw up some images and maybe a clip if I have one of, you know, what this layout of the basement used to look like. Needless to say, I have a lot of work cut out for me. I have, you know, to build, I'd say at least 3 or 4 more interior walls. I have to run all of the new electrical going throughout the office and basically throughout what we're gonna do in the basement here. Being able to have my own custom studio is gonna feel so good once it's done. Between the electrical, the insulation, the framing, you know, finishing touches, flooring, doors, like it's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna take some time. It's not gonna be done, you know, in a week. Maybe not be even done in a few months. You know, we'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm excited for the next chapter, and really excited to, you know, have the truck now and to be able to do all this stuff. This is basically what I was hinting at. Is, you know, I'd never be able to do any of this stuff if I just had the charger. So it just makes the most sense at the moment. It's just so much more practical right now. But like, I'm so grateful to be able to be in the position right now to do this. I'm gonna do the video on the truck next, and you know, see what comes from there. But just stay tuned for the truck walkthrough and see what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.